What's up, guys? It's a moment for Meathead and Meatless, and today I want to talk about how to build muscle or lose body fat as a raw vegan. This will apply to both, but using the 80-20 rule. So some of you guys might know what the 80-20 principle is, and some of you guys might not. And basically, it states that 80% of the results you get in anything that you do are from 20% of the actual effort that you put in. So in this applies to everything in life. And so what that basically means is that a lot of what you're doing is wasting your time, wasting your energy, and you could have a lot more free time, you could have a lot more energy, you could have a lot more time to do other things, and you could even get better results by streamlining your process. And so I'm going to tell you guys exactly how this could apply to you in your fitness journey when it comes to building muscle or losing body fat. And it's really, really simple, guys. So first we'll attack the the diet part of things. So we're talking raw vegan and high raw vegans here specifically, okay? But this applies to everybody. So when you're, whatever it is that you eat in a day, right? You have your goals, your physique goals, and then you have what you eat, and you want what you eat to facilitate you having your physique goals, you reaching your physique goals and then maintaining them. But you also want it to facilitate you being healthy, because if you're not healthy, you can't do anything, right? So that's number one, okay? Now, if let's say, how could that apply? Like, let's say you're making some fancy raw vegan dinner and it's cutting into your time and you're not getting as much sleep, or you don't have as much free time to do other things that are important to you to spend with your family or whatever. Maybe you don't have to do that. Maybe that fancy meal can be changed out for a different meal that takes, instead of, maybe an hour or 2 hours of prep, maybe there's another meal that takes 15, 20 minutes. You see what I'm saying? Little things like that. Are you sitting down and eating things that take longer than they need to take? If you have the time to eat and you want to do it and you enjoy it, that's perfectly fine. But if you are, sitting, I know, and I'm speaking from my own experience, right? Because in the past, there have been times where I sat and it took me like an hour and a half, 2 hours to eat a meal, right? If the salad is big enough, if the watermelon is big enough, you know, it can take that amount of time, right? Just depending on what you're eating, there are a lot of things that can suck a lot of time away from you. So, look in those areas and see, what do I actually need, and can I cut out some of the effort that I'm putting forth in order to give myself back more time, more energy, and make this whole process easier so that it's more sustainable and enjoyable for me in the long term. Now, that being said, if you're somebody who is taking a long time prepping food and you really enjoy the food and you want to do that, you really want to do that, that doesn't apply to you. So keep doing what you're doing. But yeah, a lot of the times, 80% of the effort you're making when it comes to your food doesn't even need to be made. You can really simplify your diet, and and you can do that really, really easily, right? You can simplify it and make it something that doesn't take a lot of your time. So that's number one. Right now, let's talk about working out and how you can use the 80-20 principle to streamline your workout process and get better results than you ever got before, doing less, putting less time in, right? So let's say you go in the gym, and let's say your entire workout, whatever your workout routine is, let's say it consists of 20 to 30 sets. How many of those sets are you really giving your all? Is it 10? Is it 8? What if you went in the gym, you warmed up, and you just gave it your all for 8 or 10 sets instead of doing 20 sets total, 30 sets total, whatever it is? What if you went in there and you really gave your all and you said, I'm only going to give myself this 8 sets and I'm going to give it everything I've got? You're going to, your workout is going to take significantly less time. You're going to recover much, much faster and much more fully than you would in doing much more work. You're going to put less wear and tear on your joints, right? And overall, you're just going to make what you're doing much more efficient, right? So you may have just cut your workout time in a third. You may be able to cut it in a fourth, depending on what you're doing in the gym. It depends on what you're doing in the gym. But you can cut it way, way down. Are you doing, you know, 6 exercises for a body part? What if you tried to get it done in 3? You see what I'm saying? So these kinds of things. Are you talking on the phone and wasting unnecessary time between sets? Could you time yourself between sets? Could you pick a rest time and stick with it? These kinds of things will streamline your process so that you're not wasting time and wasting energy doing things that are not going to bring you any closer to your result. And then you're going to, where you're just spinning your wheels, but you're putting forth all this effort, but the effort is not concentrated enough. So you never get the result you want. You just keep spinning your wheels and you feel like you never get anywhere. You're like, here I go. I make a little progress and then I go backwards. I make a little progress, then I go backward. And then that happens again and again and again. And it's a cycle. And before you know it, years have gone by and you've not gotten any closer to your goal, or you've only gotten a little bit closer to your goal and you're really not on the way to achieving it. Where if you streamline the process and really get down to what needs to be done, cut out the fluff, you could get there with less effort, less time, and in less time than you ever thought possible. But you have to think a little bit outside of the box, right? And cut the fluff off, cut the things that are taking away off, and get down to what really matters. And if you guys want some help doing that, I coach raw and high raw vegans 1-to-1, and I do custom meal plans, I do custom training plans, and we work together to get to their goals, to build muscle, to lose body fat faster than they ever thought possible. Because I'm all about getting you from where you are to where you want to be as quickly as possible and following a straight line there and holding you accountable with that. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please shoot me an email. I have the email down below. I also have I also have a raw vegan and high raw vegan community, and I'll have the link for that pinned in the comments. So definitely, if that's something that interests you, I do Q&As there, live Q&As. I have a free ebook there. I post information about how to get to your goals faster, and you also can directly message me there at any time. So yeah, that sounds like something you're interested in. Check that out too. But I'm out. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Oh, and if you're watching this on Instagram, if I post this on Instagram, I probably will, then none of that will be down below. It'll be in my bio. So, peace.